Hello, welcome to Vitality Vibe. So, this week practice, I'm going to teach you the Moon Salutations. And these are traditionally practiced around the time of the full moon. And during the summer months, I often try to get down onto the beach and get these done outdoors under a full moon, and it's just pure magic. I love it. But for now, we're in my lovely little studio, and I'm going to talk you through them nice and slowly. Okay, so you're going to make your way to the top of your mat and have your feet, well, they can be together, they can be hip distance. I always like mine hip distance. All right, we're going to take an inhale, bring the arms all the way up, interlocking the fingers, releasing the index fingers, relaxing your shoulders. And then we're just going to take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we side bend over to the right. Inhale as we rise, and then as we exhale, we side bend over to the left. Then we're going to inhale to rise, and we're going to step out with this right foot all the way out. All right, nice big long stance. The arms come down, and we turn the feet outwards, bend the knees, and sit into what's called goddess pose. All right, so what we're looking for in this posture is the knees. Try not to allow them to collapse inwards, okay? But we want to draw them out nice and wide so it works these inner thighs. And then the tendency is to collapse forwards. So seeking you lift up your heart, draw the shoulders back. And I always like to take chin mudra with the fingers, so the thumb and the index finger come together. All right, so this is like a lot of work going on here. Tuck your tailbone under and keep squeezing those knees out for me. All right, from here, we're going to straighten those legs. Take a nice big inhale. Your left foot is going to turn in 45 degrees. Your right foot is going to turn all the way out to the back of your mat. And we're going to come into Trikonasana triangle pose. So stretch these arms out, shoulder height. We're going to reach forwards with that right hand and then let that right arm come down and the left arm go up. And this right hand can be anywhere along your right leg, okay? You can have it up high, you can have it down low, you can have it that it's catching a hold of your big toe. It just depends on the mobility. But what we're looking for here is not to allow this top arm, this left arm to collapse down and not to let the heart to collapse. So you want to rotate your heart to the ceiling and stretch that left arm up. All right, lovely. Try to have your left arm, the wrist joint and the shoulder joint in a nice straight line. And then from here, we're going to come into a forward fold. So this left hand is going to come down and you're going to turn the pelvis, maybe even just turning that back foot a little bit so that you can fold over your right leg. Alrighty, and again, it doesn't matter where your hands are. They could be above your knee, below your knee, or if the hamstrings allow it, your hands could be down on the ground, framing that right foot. And then we just drop the chin in so that there's no stress on the back of the neck. Take a nice deep inhale. And as we exhale, draw your right hip in. So as if you're drawing it towards the left hip. Left leg is nice and strong. We're pressing out through the heel. And now we're going to come into our low lunge. Okay, so we're going to plant the hands down, bend that right knee as much as you need to. Pivot on your back foot, your left foot, and step it just a little bit further back. So when you drop the left knee down, we still have our alignment of our right knee and our right ankle. We'll inhale, take the arms up. This is your crescent moon pose. So depending on your back, you can keep this relatively straight, or you can begin to draw the thumbs back, open up the chest, and just drop into this. All right, as we exhale, the hands are going to come down to the big toe side of that right foot. We're going to pick up the left knee and we're going to swivel again on the feet so that we come into this low lunge on the right side. Left leg is out long and I'm up on the heel of my left foot. Okay, so the fingertips can stay on the ground for stability or hands can come to the heart if you want to work it a little harder. And then if you notice, my right heel is a little way off the floor. Now, traditionally that heel is meant to be on the ground. My ankle joint just won't allow it, but yours might. So you might be able to get that right heel flat on the ground for me as we balance here. All right, and now we're going to crawl it over to the other side. So we can drop those fingertips down, lift the pelvic floor to help you have that little bit of power to walk the hands across, and you're lunging now into the opposite side. So we're on to that right heel, right toes are pointed up, fingertips can stay on the ground, or if you want to work your balance, bring the hands to the heart. All right, from here, we're going to swim the hands back around to the top of the mat. Again, we're going to pivot on the feet, dropping that right knee down, so we're into our runner's lunge again. And then we'll inhale, bringing those arms all the way up. And again, we can keep relatively straight here, or we can begin to drop back into this back bend. And then we can inhale to rise. As we exhale, we come into that forward fold. Okay, so we're going to pick up that right knee, step the right foot in a little bit so you can shorten the stance, straighten your left leg, and the hands come anywhere. So they can be up above that knee, they can be below the knee around your shin, or they can be down here on your mat. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle, so my right foot, nice and strong in the right leg. And as we fold over the left leg, try not to allow your left hip to swing itself out to the side. You want to draw that back in, and then your chin comes in, head goes down. Okay, from here we're coming back into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So your left hand is going to stay on that left leg, and then your right arm comes all the way across your chest, up to the ceiling. All right, we're doing great. So the same rule applies here with this right arm. You're trying to stack up the wrist over the shoulder and reach up through the fingertips. Do your best not to collapse your weight into your left hand. All right, so a lot of people, when I see them doing Trikonasana, they're kind of dumping all their weight into the hand that's on that bottom leg. So see, can we lift, rotate? And then we're going to come back to our goddess pose. We're going to inhale to rise back up. We're going to turn the feet out, bend the knees, and sit down into goddess. So remember, in this posture, we're drawing the knees away, and we're tucking the tailbone under. Heart is lifted, shoulder blades are relaxed, and we're smiling. Okay, now we're going to be stepping again to the top of the mat. I'm going to go to this right side so I stay facing forwards for the camera. Okay, so we're going to inhale, straighten these legs, and then exhale, step it up, bring the arms overhead, and then we can just take that wee side bend over to the right, side bend over to the left, and then rise back up. And we can release the hands. All right, so that was leading with the right leg. Now we're going to do it leading with the left leg. Okay, so again, feet are hip distance apart. We'll inhale to bring the arms up. Exhale as we lean to one side. Doesn't matter which, we'll do both. Inhale, and then go to the other side. Because when I say right and left, people always get confused. So we'll inhale, and now we're going to step this left foot all the way out, and we're going to take that goddess pose again. So the feet turn out, arms come down, knees are being squeezed outwards. We're tucking that tailbone under, lifting up the heart. And I just like to take that wee mudra with my fingers. You might like that too. Okay, let's breathe. And stay grounded in the feet, otherwise we'll tip over. Now we're going to inhale, straighten those legs, and take in triangle pose. So with your right foot, turn that in 45 degrees. With your left foot, straighten that up. And then arms are shoulder height. And we're going to hinge forwards with that left arm and drop it down anywhere along that left leg as the right arm goes up to the sky. And we can look towards the right fingertips if that's okay for balance. Okay, if it's causing us too much wibbly wobbly, just look down, look out, look wherever suits. And again, not too much pressure in this left hand. And your left hand doesn't have to be down super low. It can be here below your knee. It can be here above your knee. Okay, but just not on the kneecap itself, because knees are precious. And for those a little bit more open in the body, your hand can come down and sit on the top of your foot, or you could ring your big toe. And then from here, we're taking our forward fold. So this right arm is going to come down. And again, we're going to pivot a little bit more on that right foot to turn the pelvis so that we can fold over this left leg. And again, let the chin come in, head go down, and we'll breathe all the way into the belly. And as we exhale, maybe we'll soften and release a little further into the pose. Again, the hands wherever they need to be, above the knee, below the knee, or framing the foot. Now we're going to take it into our runner's lunge. So go ahead and bend that left knee, lift up your right foot and step back just a little bit further so that when we drop that right knee down, that we still have the left knee and ankle in a nice straight line. And then let's inhale, bring these arms all the way up into this crescent pose. And then as we exhale, both hands are going to come down to the big toe side of that left foot. All right, and then we're going to pick up that right knee and swivel on the feet so that we're in to this lovely little pose. Fingertips can stay on the ground or hands can come to heart. All right, and again, your left heel might come down. My ankles just don't really allow it, but yours might. So that left heel could be flat on the ground. And then we're going to creepy crawly these fingers across the mat over to the other side. And again, we're going to come up onto this left heel this time. Fingertips can stay on the ground or hands can come to heart. Alrighty, now we're going to swim the arms across the body. So we're into our low lunge again, left knee down. Inhale, bring the arms up into crescent pose. And then exhale, let's fold again, forward fold, so that left foot will step in, dropping down into your left heel, and then your hands wherever they need to be, above your knee, below your knee, or framing the foot. Keeping that right hip tucked in. We'll inhale, breathe all the way into your belly. Exhale, maybe fold a little bit deeper. And then coming into triangle pose from here. So that right hand can be anywhere along your right leg. And then that left arm up to the sky. And if the stance feels too short, you can always take this left foot and just step it back a little bit further if that feels nicer in your triangle pose. Again, we're trying to stack the wrist joint over the shoulder joint. We can look up towards that left palm, or if that makes us too wobbly, just look out, look down, look wherever you wish. And then let's inhale to rise. Taking goddess pose, so the feet turn out. We sit the bum down. Knees go wide, heart is lifted. And then we'll inhale, straighten both legs. And then as we exhale, we can step to the top of the mat. Bring the arms overhead, interlock the fingers. Take a little side bend in one direction. Inhale back up. Exhale, little side bend in the other direction. And then inhale up and release. Okay, so that was left side, right side. If you're new to Moon Salutations, you might want to stop the video here and go back to the start so that it's just a little bit of a slower pace. If you've done these before and you want to float through a couple of rounds with me, we'll do this together. Okay? So coming to the top of the mat, your feet hip distance or together. So traditionally, they're normally together. I just kind of like hip distance. And then we can inhale, bring the arms all the way up, interlock the fingers, little side bend over to one side, come back up, little side bend over to the other side. Inhale back up, exhale, step this right foot out into goddess pose, turn the feet out, sink into those legs. Inhale, straighten the legs. As we exhale, Trikonasana, turn the left heel in, right toes out, right arm down, left arm up. Take an inhale here. And then exhale into that forward fold. So go ahead and bring that left arm down, chin in, head down. Take a breath here. And then we're going to step into that runner's lunge. So picking up that left foot, step it back a smidgen, drop the left knee down. Inhale, bring the arms up into this crescent pose. Exhale, both hands come down beside the big toe of that right foot as we swivel and sit into this posture, hands to heart. Take an inhale. As we exhale, move ourselves across the mat to the opposite side. Take an inhale. As we exhale, swim the arms across your left leg, drop the right knee down. Inhaling up into our crescent moon. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. And then let's inhale as we rise up. Exhale, we're taking that forward fold. So step that right foot in slightly. Fold over the left leg, chin in, head down. Left hand on that left leg, right arm all the way up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take an inhale. And an exhale, rotate the heart. And then inhale as we come up to our goddess pose. Turn the feet out. Exhale, sink in deep. Inhale, press into your legs to rise. Exhale as we step to the top of the mat. Take your inhale. Exhale over to one side. Inhale as we rise. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale as we rise. Exhale, left foot steps out this time into your goddess pose. Bend the knees, sink, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale as we rise. Exhale. We're going to take that Trikonasana. Left arm down, right arm up. Take an inhale here. Exhale into your forward fold. Bring that left hand down. Pivot on that back foot, chin in, head down. Take another inhale. Exhale as we drop that right knee to the floor. Inhale as we take the arms up. Exhale as we drop back into crescent pose. Inhale as we take the arms up. Exhale, both hands come down to that big toe. Pivot on the feet, hands to heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk those hands across your mat. Hands to heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, swim those arms across so you pivot on the feet, drop that left knee down. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale as we sink into our crescent moon. Inhale as we rise. Exhale as we take that forward fold. And then right hand onto that right leg. Inhale, left arm up into triangle. Exhale here. Inhale as we rise into our goddess pose. Exhale as we sink. Inhale as we rise. Exhale as we step both feet, top of the mat, bringing those arms overhead on your inhale. Exhale as we drop to one side. Inhale as we rise. Exhale as we drop to the other side. And then inhale as we rise. Exhale, releasing the arms down. I hope you enjoyed those moon salutations as much as I do. Some people love them, some people hate them. I'm a lover, I think they're great. All right, well done on practicing this one thing that your future self will thank you for. All right, see you soon.